Your English teacher and history teacher have provided several documents to help you with your 10th grade research project. In order to access all of these documents whenever you need to, we would first like you to upload them from the global drive into your Office 365 account. Here I have my Office 365 account open. I'm going to go to the waffle and click on my OneDrive, which is like my flash drive and my storage space where I can upload any document that I'd like to. Once it opens, I'm going to go to the top and click on File, Upload. Since this is an entire folder with many different files inside of it, it might take a few seconds for it to upload. At the top of your screen in your OneDrive, you'll see the Upload button. Click on the down arrow. To upload your folder, and it will ask you where the folder is coming from. Mine is on my desktop, but yours will be on the global drive. I'm going to click on desktop. You'll click on global drive. And click on the 10th grade research project documents for students and upload that into your OneDrive so you can access those documents anytime you would like to. You'll see up in the upper right-hand corner that it's uploading all of the documents that you need. Your OneDrive is organized by folder first and then by files, typically alphabetically. Numbers always start at the beginning. So let's see what's inside your folder from your English teacher and your history teacher. The first thing you find in your folder is the project overview, so that you have all of the articles, the due dates, and the requirements that you'll need to get the best grade that you possibly can on your report. This is a PDF, so you might have to download it. Okay, the project that you're working on is called Revolutions Through Time. You will be able to pick your own topic, so that might take you some time to sit down and think about what you'd like to study. The length of your paper on number 1 depends on your history and your English teacher, which, how many pages they want you to write. We are using the MLA format. In this packet down below, there are 5 articles. You have to use at least 2 of the sources in this packet as part of your works cited page or part of your sources. Outside of that, we'll show you how to use some databases in the next video to find factual information, or of course you can search some articles from the web. When you are done with your rough draft, you are going to choose one peer to review your project, so that they can give you some hints and some clues and some ideas to edit your paper before handing it in on Wednesday, April 11th. The overview for our next 2 weeks of our project is number 1, week 1, starting today, is we're going to have mini lessons every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of the first week, about finding resources and taking notes and doing, of course, a lot of reading. The second week of your project is where you really get into the writing and the editing of your paper, and hopefully by April 11th, you will be all set. As you scroll down, you will see the criteria and the rubric for the grading for your history teacher, since you'll be graded by 2 teachers on this one project, and also the grading criteria for your English teacher. Below that are the articles that you will be reading. There's first, you can tell this one, you say you want a revolution. This is key to your subject, key to your entire paper. And you can see here that the reading level is 1140, which is about a typical 9th, 10th grade reading level. Below that, there's a second article, Where the reading level is a little bit lower, so if you find the first article is too intense for you, you can scale it down to the second article, and they're on the same subject, so you choose which one you're going to read. Below that, you will have a third article. The Industrial Revolution and the Growth of Cities. This one could be your second article. There is also a poem and a map. So you're going to choose 2 of these 5 sources to use in your paper, along with other database articles and internet articles. Also, in your project, in your project folder, you will find a format, MLA format. This is the research template that you can use and edit as we go along. Each student will have their own paper that they can either print out when they're done or share electronically with their teacher, whichever way they prefer. So you would just go into edit mode. So you would go to edit in the browser to adjust the paper and put the title of your own paper here. Your name, of course, the due date, which is April 11th. As you go down, we have given you a good template for your paper to just guide you in the right direction. The first part of your paper, you can leave the subheading if you'd like to, introduction. But in this part here, we gave you a little hint that you're going to write your opening statement, which will include your thesis statement, what you're trying to prove. You can, of course, get rid of the writing that we have here for you and write in your own introduction. The second part of the paper is going to be about 1 to 3 pages of your paper in total, 3 to 5 sentences in each paragraph. And you're going to basically go over the history of the time or the event of the revolution that you're studying. The next part, the third part of your paper, it should be at least maybe a page or 2. It depends on how much you need to write on each area. You're going to talk about the effect on the culture, the society, the politics, or the historical implications or economic implications, whichever you decide to do in your paper. And finally, you're going to wrap up your paper with your conclusion, where you summarize your thesis statement and what you stated in your paper. The very last page of your paper is going to be your works cited, and we will work on this together. And this is where you will list all the resources that you use. Remember, 2 of the resources you use have to be from the packet we provided. And then the other 2 or 3 sources can either be from the internet or from the databases, which we'll show you. In MLA format, you will be typing your last name here, and the computer will actually automatically number your pages for you. You just have to go in and change your, where it says your last name to your actual last name. Okay, other sources in here. We're going to go over library databases, and this is a handout that I'm going to give to you. Actually, I'm just going to give you the digital copy where you can click on the library website to get to the databases we're going to be talking about. These are active links, so it will take you to anything. So if you have any questions, you can go through that, and it will take you to the internet sources that we want you to look at. It will also talk about the CRAP rubric, which helps you determine if a website is valid and if it's credible. And of course, it will also talk about how to create your works cited page. Other documents in here is a note-taking sheet. Since you'll be working on 5 different sources, or at least 5, somewhere between 3 and 5, depending on how much information you find in them, we would like you to take notes on every single article that you read. So if you read 5 articles, you're going to have 5 different pages where you put your name, the date that you looked up the information, the title of the article or the internet source that you wrote, and you're going to handwrite the notes that will help you in the future to write your paper. Okay, so there should be 5 of those. The rubric for evaluating a website has the acronym of CRAP, which is a catchy, but it will help you to determine if the sites that you have are current, they're reliable, they're accurate, and what the purpose is. And we'll be using this to evaluate and score how well your internet source was. Okay, and the last is your peer editing checklist.